Katipunan. Radyo-katipunan. 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 Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo-katipunan. Radyo-katipunan.
Welcome to World College Radio Day. This is Radio-Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Meron? Ano nga ba ang meron? Paano nga bang mabuhay ng tapat sa meron? Don't you wish you can relive your philo classes? The terror teachers? The terrible oral exams? Or the even terrifying but liberating and life-changing aha moments? Lundagin mo, baby! Here's your chance! Lundagin mo, baby! Kasama ang mga pilosopong sina Jovi Miroy at Ron Capinding. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping upward, leaping forward. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping to greater heights, to greater wisdom, to greater magis. Lundag na, Ateneo!
Feeling blue? Ever thought of looking into the bright side of things? Let us help you out. Join our light, engaging, and inspiring conversations with our Chaplains on Air. Hosted by Father Junji Bargayo and Father Henry Ponce of the Society of Jesus. Chaplains on Air. The chaplains are now in. Here on Chaplains on Air. Thursdays at 6 p.m. only on radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo-Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo-Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo-Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong.
another week of meaningful conversations with our beloved organizations. So right here at Kwentuhang MVP, we're coming to you loud and live from our homes by the Facebook pages of radyo-katipunan 87.9 FM, Ateneo de Manila University, and of course, the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo Manila. You can also stream us via Radio-Katipunan's YouTube channel at radyo-katipunan FM. We are also coming in via audio streams at any shoutcast online radio station around the world, so just search for Radio Katipunan. We are also transmitting via 87.9 FM frequency, so tune in if you are within the 2 kilometers radius of the Ateneo de Manila campus. So before we officially start, we can have like a short recap of what happened during the 7th episode. So last week, we really had a blast talking to the members of CADs Newbie about safe spaces, and surely we learned a lot from it. They talked to us why they're important, how to create them, and much, much more. So for this week, we got a brand new, fresh episode to bring to you guys. So this week, as we all know, is also the peak of the spooky season, so you better get your costumes ready. Anyways, let's get right into this episode where we'll be talking about the newbie week. We've talked about firsts, particularly in orgs, a fair amount here in KMVP. There's just like really something about your firsts that you will always remember, right? So this week, we're going to be talking to our lovely guests, namely Matt Pile and Nico Batungbakal, to hear all about the recent newbie week they've had in CADs. We're really excited to hear about how they're doing first. So to our guests, please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Hello, my name is Matt Pile. I'm from the company of Ateneo Dancers, and I'm from 4BS Management. And in CADs, I'm a street member and currently an internals associate officer. And I was one half of the project heads for CADs Newbie Week 2021.
And I'm Nico. I am a fourth year student taking up management economics. And I was also a co-project head for Newbies Week with Matt Pile.
Okay, nice. So, okay, before anything else, we know that Halloween is coming up, diba? So do you guys have like any plans to dress up, wear a costume, or attend like any virtual Halloween party?
No, I'm just ready to, my costume is gonna be pajamas. I'm gonna be sleeping lang this whole academic break. I'm gonna be resting. Can't wait.
How about you, Nico?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it yet, honestly. But then I think Kat has a few plans for virtual Halloween parties, so I'm looking to attend that as well.
Fun. Okay, so ayan, on another note, we're like just past the halfway point of this like super dreadful semester. And thankfully, the academic break has been announced for next week. So do you guys have like any plans? How are you guys like planning to spend your acad break?
Oh, like I said a while ago, I'm ready to sleep. I'm ready to just take a break from everything, just rest, and aside from sleeping, obviously spend time with my friends in Discord. Hopefully, exercise, keep it consistent, and yeah, just spend time for myself, personal time. But it's a good time to take a break.
Yeah, same here. I can't wait to just drop everything for like a week or so, and then we'll get back to it after 1 week. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to the break.
So no org work kahit acad break for you guys?
Pahinga muna. I guess.
Tama.
Muna.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, so before anything else, I'm sure like our viewers, they're not familiar what CADs is all about. So kindly introduce your org's mission, vision, and goals.
I guess CADs, or the company of Ateneo Dancers, it's an org that brings people together and helps them own their skills and talents, not just in dance, but in different areas of production as well, such as videography, photography, visual design, sounds, front of house, and so much more. So yeah, for me, it's an org that strives for collective growth and purposeful artistry through collaborative dance production excellence. And just to give a brief sharing of our mission and vision, for our vision, we really look to be the premier company in dance production management in order to elevate dance production as meaningful artistry, both locally and internationally. And for our mission, we do look in the field of dance, we look to elevate our performers, make them more passionate, and just develop their love for dancing. While for the production staff, we just we want to enhance their love for dance as a work of art as well, and continuously owning their skills, like what I said a while ago. So yeah.
Wow, ang galing. Yeah, I have so much friends then part of CAD, so I really loved hearing all about that. So like on a more personal note, I'm curious, like why did you guys join CADs? Because we love hearing stories about how people came to join the orgs, what pushed them to do so. So you guys can share it with us. Nico, you might want to go first.
Oh, sure. I
Yeah.
will. Well, I mean, since my first year of college, naman, I guess CAD was pretty reputable org. You'd see them all over campus, and especially with their special yellow lanyards, but they really stand out. But I attended one event. I think that was when I was a sophomore back in 2019. I think it was the RIB, and I guess just seeing how that whole thing was executed was super impressive. And yeah, and just seeing the community, how close they all were, it just made me more attracted to try and apply for that org. And apart from that, my sister was also in the same committee as me, front of house. So yeah, that pushed me even more.
For me, I knew about CAD since high school actually, because I've been a dancer for almost around 9-10 years now. So while I was still a member of Induc in high school, I already knew about CADs, and I already set my sights on joining the org because it was very just dance based. I still wanted to continue dancing as a college student, but as I joined the org, I realized that there's so much more than just dancing in this organization. So I really love being a member of this org, and I'm just really happy that I joined it.
That was really great to hear, guys. Honestly, parang nakaka-inspire mag-join ng panibagong org dahil sa mga sinabi ko. So, anyways, let's get into the newbie week. So, what is it all about, and has it always been like a culture in CADs?
Yeah, it has been. It's been a CADs project every single year in order to welcome the newbies into the org much more naturally, much more organically, and in a creative manner as well. So we let newbies do different activities that help them interact with the oldies, and just by doing that, it allows them to, feel much more welcomed as a CAD stay, and it just sets the tone for their whole stay in CAD. So it's really important.
Yeah, I just want to emphasize that it's really meant to make them feel comfortable right away, I guess. Integrating them into the org and having them do all these crazy challenges that would possibly allow them to break them out of their shell. And yeah, just get to know newbies and oldies alike.
Okay, so how did yung theme of CADsflix come about? Like, what was like the message that you guys wanted to send to your newbies?
Oh, with CADsflix actually, I guess the main thing we were looking for is something that can be relatable to everyone rather. So a lot of things came to mind, but then eventually we just boiled down to having CADsflix as a theme, since I'm sure most Ateneans and most CADsters really are familiar with a lot of these Netflix shows. So yeah.
Okay, so not curious ako, you said na you guys had like crazy activities for the newbies. So like what are these like activities or events that you guys prepared for the newbies?
So we actually had like two sets. So we had daily activities and weekly activities. So daily activities, they were restricted to doing it within the day. So it was like a pressure, we have to do it today. And then weekly they had like the whole week to do it. So activities include like, let's say daily activities. One of the new activities that we did this year was like we had a bingo card, and then it had like prompts like take a picture with someone who watched Money Heist, or take a picture with someone who has watched Friends multiple times. And then in order to fill in that bingo card, you need to take a selfie with an oldie or a fellow newbie who has done those prompts. So they were forced to video call with other members and like meet new members, because that was one of the problems we had last year. There was little interaction because it was still the first year of online. So this year we really wanted to get the newbies to interact right off the bat, and it was really really fun. And aside from that, we had meme night where newbies and oldies could make fun of our EB, which is which is really nice. And yeah, other challenges like Netflix Dance Challenge, watch a Netflix show with your team. But yeah, all in all of our activities had something to do with interaction, collaboration, just talking to other members because that's what we wanted. We just wanted to welcome them into the org through all of our different activities and just make them feel like they're at home in CADs.
Ang galing. Like, I love how the newbie week is really catered to the online setting. Like, I'm sure the newbies had a great time kahit, kahit online setup, and they can't experience this newbie week like on site. So that's really great. So, oh my gosh, ano yun? So did you guys hear that too? Looks like it's time for a new segment right here at Kwentuhang MVP. So this segment is called How True and Blue Are You? So, ready na ba? Ready na ba kayo, guys? Parang siyang icebreaker game. So, the game is really simple. I will ask Ateneo-related and other trivia questions. Then you guys just have to answer. So, since wala tayong buzzer dito, just say your name out loud to answer. Then you guys have 5 seconds to answer correctly. Otherwise, the other guest may steal. So, yung first person to get 5 points wins. Okay. Ready na ba kayo sa first question?
Yeah?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
sige. Okay, paunahan na lang Okay, so first question is, what is the Halloween decor in Ateneo's Rizal Library that went viral on Facebook? 5,
Nico,
4.
it's
Hmm?
is it when they made the fountain water red?
No.
Oh. Never mind.
Okay, Matt, do you want to try?
That was my answer too. That's all I remember. It's been so long.
Okay.
Sige. Give up na ba? Or bigyan ko kayo ng clue?
Sure.
It's 3 words, and then the first word is hanging. So just complete the 2. Actually, hindi din ako familiar dito, pero I'm pretty curious with this. Kasi syempre, di pa ako nakapag-on-site. So, not really familiar.
Was there like a hanging ghost thing in the library?
Yeah. The hanging white lady, to be
Oh,
precise.
okay. That counts, right? That counts.
Yeah, yeah. Sige,
Hanging
1 point
ghost.
for you. 1 point for you. Okay. Okay, sige. Next question. Ito, madali na to. Parang bonus. What is the theme for this year CADs Newbie Week?
Nico.
Matt. Oh, okay.
Oh, CADsflix.
Okay, nice. Okay, third question. What are the exact dates of the upcoming academic break?
Matt.
Okay, go.
November 1 to 5.
Yup.
Okay.
Okay, sige. Okay. Second to the last question. Ito medyo mahaba, pero familiar naman tayo dito. Enumerate the basic process of enlisting for your classes on ISIS.
Matt.
Go.
Okay. First, update student information. Next, you have to check all the terms and conditions, the agreement, right? Is that part? You have to check. You have to consent, and then pick your classes. You enlist in your classes, confirm, choose payment option, and then get the print assessment. Is that enough, or is that?
I think you're close, pero you forgot the first step before updating your student information.
Open ISIS.
Login.
Okay, Nico, do you want to try? Baka gusto mo magpo-point.
Okay. So
Okay.
login, update student info, pick your classes. The terms and conditions. Pick your classes. Submit enlistment, confirm enlistment, back, pick classes again. And then when you go back to confirm, you proceed to assessment form.
Okay. Sige. I'll give the point to Nico para naman.
I forgot to log in.
Oo. Okay, so ito, last question. Name one famous horror spot back in Ateneo campus. Bonus point if you can share a scary story.
Matt.
Go.
Old prep area. yeah, old prep area. It's like because I've been in Ateneo since prep, so they would always tell us about that. It's like there's like a it used to be a playground, and then there would be like a hill at the back, so classrooms, and then there would be like a whole grass area, and then there would be a hill at the end, and people would always say that there would be a ghost there. So like one time when it was starting to get dark, we all ran to that hill, like me and my prep or grade one classmates, and I don't know, it just felt weird, like nagtatakutan lang kami, but it just felt so weird. That whole area is so scary, but yeah, old prep area.
Okay, sige. Nico, let's give you a chance. Meron ka bang alam na horror?
The only one I know of is, shoot, I forgot the name of the field. What's the name again? The one by CTC. Or that area, I forgot. Wow, I don't know the details of this story. But
Some forest?
There. So yes, exactly. Some
Some
forest.
forest.
Yeah. Diba there's like I mean, people would say there's like a white lady sometime at night in that area. But I've never experienced anything like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Sige,
yeah.
we give 2 points to Matt kasi may bonus, may story siya. And then you get a point also. Okay, so the winner. Congrats, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so after that, short game, we'll proceed to talking more about CADs Newbie Week. So what was the outcome of this? Like, was it received well? Are you guys planning to continue this for the coming years?
Yeah. Based on how it looked, I guess, from the outside, I would say that was received very well. A lot of the newbies were actively participating since I guess most of our activities were what they'd call what's the word? Not very high maintenance in a way na you don't have to attend a certain call at a certain time. It's pretty much in your own time, just within the day. So yeah, I think they were very active in that sense, and we got to see a lot of them kind of break out of their shell, like I said. Yeah.
Yeah. I just to bounce off what he said, we really look to continue this because it has been a tradition ever since, and we just love seeing all the newbies challenges because actually before we went to an online setting, back when it was on site, it was only the newbies doing all the challenges. So they would be the ones going to MVP, they would be the ones talking to the oldies, they would be the ones like what were shit in chat, like outfit of the day and all that. So before, when it was on site, it was really just the newbies doing all the activities. But last year, I was also project head kasi last year. So last year we decided to, in order to encourage the newbies to join more because it might be harder to encourage them to join in an online setting kasi hiya-hiyaan pa and all that. We decided to bring the oldies in and like let the oldies participate as well in the challenges. And we made it into a competition style format where we would like all the internals, associate officers would lead a team, and then yeah, we would make teams because yeah, we felt like the best way to encourage newbies to join is to make it a competition because people would wanna play and like join in the activities if it's like there's a prize and like if it's a competition. So yeah, last year we made 2 big changes, which was bringing in the oldies and making it a competition. And I don't know if the project heads will continue making it in this format when we go back, when they go back to an on-site setting. But just that change really made this year's and last year's Newbies Week really, really different and special. And it shows like we got pretty good feedback now from the newbies, and they all, well, most of them hopefully had fun. And yeah, that's why we're just really proud of our project.
So given na like you implemented this newbie week through an online setup, what were like some of the challenges or apprehensions you had while planning for this and like implementing it?
I guess really the main one was, I mean, it didn't turn out that way naman, but then the fear that perhaps not all of the newbies would participate in all of the activities, or that maybe they'd find it too hassle or anything like that. So that's why we really thought about how it would be received by them. Maybe if it's something that's relatively easy but also fun to do, I think that was one of our biggest considerations in coming up with these activities. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to add to what you said, we were just worried that newbies wouldn't participate because Netflix. We as much as possible we wanted our activities to be in line with the theme. So because it was Netflix, like one of our games were like our coordinators, so production, contemporary, and street uh, coordinators. They would all like recreate a scene. Like they would be one character, and then the newbies would like bounce off of them, continue the script, and like recreate the scene. Um, so the scenes we chose were like Frozen, Friends, and Twilight.
Yeah.
And grabe, our coordinators did such a great job. They were so funny. But because this is like such an extroverted thing to do and such an extroverted activity, we were worried that newbies wouldn't do it. We were worried that like maraming mahiyain, walang gagawa ng activity, and it would be a flop. And yeah, same goes for the Netflix dance challenge where they would dance to like a remix of the Netflix sound. It was super stupid, but yeah, we were really afraid that people wouldn't do it. But as when the day came for the recreate the scene, like like grabe ang laki talaga ng ulo ng mga cadster. Like they're so creative, they're so funny.
I did not. There's some that really exceeded my expectations, talaga. As in, yeah.
They were so freaking funny. Like, I mean, aside from Newbies Week, we had a culminating activity at the end of the week, which is like a whole Zoom program just to like culminate the whole week. And then, yeah, we had an amazing race within it. And then the amazing race had games. And one of them was another recreate the scene. It was the Endgame, Avengers Endgame portal scene. And grabe, CADsflix are so creative. I love watching CADsflix talaga like just come up with their own weird take on a certain scene. Like I just love that CADsflix are really like able to step out of their comfort zone and be creative. But yeah, at first I was really scared that they wouldn't do it, but thankfully they did. Naman.
That's so fun to hear. Honestly, feeling ko yun talaga yung branding ng Cats is being creative and fun. And I really love how, the newbies, I feel like the newbies really enjoy the activities you had prepared for them. So yun, parang let's have a little like flashback Friday for you guys. How did it feel naman when you were the newbies like in Cats? Did you also have a newbie week or something similar to it? Like how was it or how was it any different?
Yeah, I just joined CADs last year, so actually, in my newbies week, Matt was the project head then, and I guess it was. I mean, last year was sort of the start palang where I started to become more active in orgs and joining, core teams, etc. And I guess I was sort of culture shocked. I mean, it was such a welcoming environment right from the very start with all activities, and they put you in groups, as you mentioned, so you really feel a sense of, I guess, belonging right away with your groups, which includes other newbies and other oldies as well. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed last year's newbies week on my end.
For me, mine was I've been in CAD since first year, so mine's a bit of a blur. But I tried to do as much challenges as I could. But syempre, on site, I guess, as a freshie, you don't want to like step too out of bounds. Like you're still new to the or you don't wanna be too outgoing and like step on the seniors' toes. But I remember some of the activities that I did. Like what I said, outfit of the day. Like back in my newbies week, it was just us newbies doing it. So it was dressed up. Oh, our theme was actually Avengers Infinity War. So like we had 6 activities representing each stone. So it was really nice. So I don't remember much, but I remember the outfit of the day. I remember, take a picture with your cat's crush, which is really funny. And yeah, we had to go to the cat's room and like, say hi to some of the oldies. There was a whisper challenge, but I didn't do it because I was too shy. But yeah, honestly, CADs Newbies Week, it's just so nice. And like as a newbie experiencing it, that was when I fell in love right away with the org. Like just within my first week, I was like, I want to contribute to this org. I really want to um give back to the org that gave me so much. So that's why I've been an internal associate officer for 3 years now, because that's my way of giving back to the org. And yeah, it all started with Newbies Week and Colmac as well, which was really, really fun. The Colmac was Crazy Rich Asians themed, so we all dressed up and all that. It was really, really nice. And that's why when I became project head for 2 years in a row, that's what I wanted to give to the newbies. I wanted to bring them that feeling that I felt as a newbie. Yeah, overall, it was really fun.
Oh, ang cool. I love how like you see Nico was like last year lang and you were like for 3 years na. So it's nice to hear your different experiences. So parang diving more into your personal experience being a CADs member. What has been like the most fulfilling thing or experience about being part of the org?
For me, I guess, well, probably the most fulfilling thing I've done, I guess, in CADs would be handling this newbies week nga. I guess it's sort of it's pretty much my first big project, I guess. And yeah, I just enjoyed working with Matt and all the other internal AOs. And Kelly also, who's our IVP. So yeah, I wasn't really exposed to that project management side of CADs beforehand. This was, yeah, like I said, it was my first experience, and it was really great, and I learned so much from that experience all in all.
I agree. Nico was such a great head, and Kelly was such a great IVP. Like whenever Nico and I were like so lost, like in some of our like decision making, like what do we do? Like Kelly was just there. Like we didn't even ask her for help, and she was already like helping us with so much stuff. Like Kelly was such an MVP. And Nico, considering that it was Nico's first project, a project head in CADs, like he did such a great job. And I know that I was the one who had more experience because I did it last year as well. But Nico handled himself so well as a project head. So yeah, I agree. Newbies Week was fulfilling. But aside from Newbies Week, the project, I just get fulfillment just from seeing the members like enjoy. Like I want to see myself in the members. Like me as a freshie, I want to see how I was as a freshie into the members. Like they're all just so bibo, wanting to talk and all that. And this year it's so much better compared to last year. Last year, first year of online, still super shy. The Discord wasn't being used and all that. But this year, grabe newbies and oldies are so much more outgoing. And I love seeing when the Discord is being used.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say that.
even if I don't join, yeah, diba? But yeah, I just love seeing cadsters creating bonds with one another, because that's what CAD's all about. Like it's about the dance and the production, but it's mostly about the people. Because CADs is where you create bonds here that last a lifetime. So I just love seeing people interact, talk, and just grow their relationships with one another. So, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, just to add on to that, one of our goals for this year was to have the connection and engagement surpass just Newbies Week. Because if I recall correctly, that's something that Matt mentioned also when we were meeting like for the first few meetings for Newbies Week. So yeah, I guess that was part of our goal na rin with Newbies Week to what's the word? To tighten the bond enough that it would last for hopefully till the end of the school year. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Like you mentioned, we see a number of newbies just joining Discord lang and really reaching out to other oldies. And yeah, it's great to see.
So, moving on, do you think that joining orgs or like orgs in general are still important even in an online setting na? Kasi ang dami nagsasabi na like, what's the use of joining orgs if di naman may experience on site? So, what do you guys think? Is it still important? Is it still relevant?
It's still worth a shot because orgs still offer you something different from what you usually get from school. Of course, your first group of friends are your blockmates in college. Like they're still gonna be the first people that you talk to But syempre, college is like the best opportunity for you to explore before you go into a work setting where it's very, I don't want to say static, but I can't think of another word. So like like in college you have so much more choices and decisions to make. And the org life, it's honestly still so fulfilling, even if it's online. For me, it still puts a smile on my face being a part of this org, um, being as active as I can, and yeah, just exploring different orgs. Like I've heard many freshies like do the usual, join 5 orgs and then see what they like. Like I still honestly, it's still I still recommend doing it, even if it's like overkill to an extent. It's still like testing the water, seeing which orgs you are passionate about, seeing which group of people you love working with. The org life, it still offers something really different from the usual academic life, and it's always worth it. It's always worth a try. It's something that you shouldn't say no to right off the bat, because in CADs I thought I was just gonna grow as a dancer, and then I realized I could grow as a leader. I could grow as a project head. I could grow as an artist. Like there's so much different ways where you can grow as a member of an organization. So yeah, for me, I still recommend joining an org. If you're hesitant, if you're thinking about joining an org, then that's a sign. That's already enough of a sign for you to join it. If you're already like thinking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you saying I think that's really one of the main avenues to make better new connections, rather, especially when you enter college. Um, yeah, other than blockmates, well, especially now it's hard to sort of bond with your blockmates. So through orgs you can, I guess, bond through the different initiatives you're doing or different works you're doing. And personally, I find work and responsibility in that sense very fulfilling. Having people who you probably wouldn't have met if you hadn't joined that org come together and just work towards one collective goal. And yeah, I just find that very fulfilling.
Yeah, agree din ako. Kasi, parang Ateneo is also known for like its flourishing org community. So I think it's a huge deal for at most Ateneans to be joining org, especially pag freshie. Like nalalaw nung freshie din ako, like paramihan ng orgs din sa salihan. So kahit it was in an online setup, it's still nice to see na Ateneans still like really push with the flourishing org community. So yeah, you guys mentioned like Discord, diba? And Discord has been like such a huge part of like students in general, like not just studying, but for orgs as well. So how has like the social aspect of orgs been during the online setup, specifically for CADs? Like you guys use Discord a lot, diba? So do you guys have like any more challenges or discartes that you had to help the newbies settle in, like besides Discord?
Yeah, we decided that Discord was gonna be the main avenue for interaction. And I think that same goes for most, if not all, orgs, because it's so much more convenient than just like Zoom and everything else. But yeah, our Discord culture this year has been so much better. It's so much more organic compared to last year. Like last year, after Newbies Week, there's like a solid 1 or 2 weeks where people would still go, and then it would like parang never na, like only meetings. People would only go to Discord for meetings na lang. And yeah, kasi it was still first year of online setting. It was so hard to like get people to like genuinely wanna interact in Discord. But this year, thanks to the help of Kelly, our IVPs, because her and EB really initiate like study sessions, watch parties, tambay sessions. Like they really take the initiative to invite the members, and like just showing their initiative really like it translates to other members like me and other internals, associate officers. Like we'd want to invite other people into the Discord just to like study and all that. And then just so you know it, like people who weren't like hindi na EB, hindi na internals lang yung sumasali sa Discord. Like people invite their batchmates to Discord to study together. So I know it's only been like a week or 2 weeks since newbies week, and it's like still like fresh. Discord's still a bit fresh, but seeing how consistent, how it's been consistently used over the past few weeks, I could say that Discord culture has been so much better now. in our org. And yeah, like what I said, it just like I always like looking at our Discord, seeing if there are people using it, and then just like nodding and smiling that nice, it's being used finally. And like just lurking in the shadows. But sometimes I do join if I don't feel like I'm interrupting. So yeah, overall Discord culture this year has been so much better, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, and that's really one of our main initiatives as in the internal office, at least, to really promote the use of Discord for different purposes, for studying, making kwento, watch parties, whatever. So yeah, I think we have a lot in yeah, I'd say we have a lot in store for, I guess, strengthening that platform to be used by our members.
Yeah, and so I also want to add on to that. Aside from our Discord, Kelly came up with this thing. I mean, we were gonna go with it last year, but we only pushed through with it this year thanks to Kelly. Our discarded this year to like make people interact more our interest chats. So it came up last year, but it pushed through this year thanks to Kelly. And interest chats are basically like group chats that we set up on Facebook, and they cover a certain topic or interest that people are really passionate about. So for me and Nico, we're in the F1 GC. We're super passionate about F1. So we have like a ton of people who are super passionate about it, and like we just talk about F1. And marami rin like K-pop, books, gaming, fitness, ano ba, online shopping. So yeah, like we set it up. At first, we were apprehensive about it because maybe the GCs would just die and all that. And although it's not as active as you hope it to be, it's still like it still really helps with interaction between oldies and newbies and just members in general. Because, for example, the CADs Fitness GC, we planned to like work out together, and shout out to Charles Yu for setting up our workouts. But yeah, we were trying to like plan a synchronous workout together, and I think we're gonna finally push through the Saturday. So yeah, just interest chats in general, like they've been so helpful with interactions with oldies and newbies. So I would say ideas like these for orgs, I think if you guys are like apprehensive that it won't work, or like people aren't gonna follow it, I still think you guys should give it a try, because interest chats we didn't think it would work, pero looking at all our GCs, like people are still like really talking, really sharing their love for the given topic. Like it's a nice idea, and like credits to Kelly for pushing through with it talaga, even if we were all super scared about pushing through with it because it didn't work last year. But yeah, org should still give ideas like these a try.
Actually, ngayon ko lang narinig yung parang interest chat na yun. And I feel like orgs, parang in an online setup especially, should try doing it. Because like I feel like, if members see people with the same interest, they tend to be more, parang relatable, and then makakultivate yung friendship. So I feel like that's really an interesting parang aspect of your org that other orgs should, try if they want to have more interaction between members. So ang fun. Okay. So circling back to like the newbie week, do you think that this should be implemented to the culture, to the rest of the org community? Why or why not?
I would say, yeah, most definitely. I think this is really a good way. I'm not really sure how other newbies do. How other orgs do it, but I'm sure. I think I've seen a number of orgs do the same thing. I really think it's a good way to immediately integrate them into the org, because I guess sometimes they could feel like, okay, I'm in, and now what? And what happens now? And I guess if you go straight into work or whatever activity it is, sometimes it may feel like, is this it? That newbies week would really build up the excitement for our newbies to become more active and to really reach out to whoever, whether it be newbies or oldies in the org, and yeah, just gives a good sense of community to the whole org.
Mm-hmm. True, because I don't know how other orgs handle newbies when they get in, but I'm pretty sure there's those orgs that don't do this type of thing where they dedicate the whole week to the newbies. Um, and I really feel like they should do something about it, because seeing from my experience, like from all the stories that Nico and I have shared, Newbies Week really allows the newbies to organically um be welcomed into the org, and they wouldn't have to like gauge whether or not they can talk na to oldies. They don't have to like gauge whether or not they're allowed to like make jokes, make uh like like make funny insults about their upper batchmen or like their other members, like um with newbies week, kasi like you don't just introduce the members into the org, but you introduce the org to the members. Like they see who you are as an org. And CADs medyo sabaw kaming org eh. So all of our challenges were really, and we try to uh bring our creativity not just in our output, in our videos, but in also our projects. So we wanted to be as creative as possible with our activities. So yeah, we want the newbies to have a good image of the org naman, kasi newbies week is where their love for the org develops, and that's where it starts. And in order for it to grow much more in a genuine manner, syempre your newbies week has to be really solid and really welcoming. So I really suggest orgs to like dedicate, not even like, if they don't even do a week, maybe like a few days lang or a day just for the newbies to like see, oh, this is the org you're entering in, these are the members, this is what goes on in the org. Because yeah, like I said, you don't just introduce the newbies to the org, but you introduce the org to the newbies. So it paints the org in a positive light if you dedicate like a week for the newbies naman. Para, in the future, they'd want to continue it and like share that same feeling to incoming newbies.
Okay, so as people from BS org, halata naman na kayo, very BS org and involved with 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 CAD. So has the org life been hectic? A little bit of both. Has the org life been hectic, fun, a little bit of both, or parang a little more of fun or stress?
At times, I would say that it could get a bit stressful. Like me and Pita, I think we had a number of times where it sort of got out of hand, but almost got to that point. But I think those moments are quite rare. I think generally speaking, being part of an org and even being part of core teams or as an officer or whatever, these I think that's very fulfilling on my end. It's, in fact, I would say that it's sort of like my break from ACADS, because school's not much. It's kind of boring sometimes, but you have to do what you gotta do. And this work within CADs specifically, it's very fun. I mean, you're not just getting stuff done. You're actually doing it with people you enjoy working with, and we're very creative and smart. And yeah, through that you create more connections through the work that's being done. And yeah, so I mean, if I were a freshie, I most definitely would have been more, I guess, proactive in applying to orgs, because as a senior looking back at it now, parang was such a waste of 2 years of my college life, not I guess reaching out to those orgs. But what can I do? But yeah.
Honestly, it's been so much fun as a project head. Syempre, it's bound to get hectic, like going into Newbies Week, because Newbies Week, the week before Newbies Week, we only get the list of the newbies like three or 4 days before Newbies Week. So those 4 days, it's like, oh my god, what do like we have to like fix so much stuff. And so I guess to an extent, when Newbies Week approaches, it does tend to get hectic. But the whole process, the whole journey leading up to it, it was so much fun. Like I enjoy attending and facilitating meetings for Newbies Week, because the internals team, um, we have so many different personalities in the internals team, and every meeting is just so different, and it's so fun because at one point we do get serious and talk about the agenda, and then when we discuss, it's like so sabaw and stupid. All the stupid ideas come out, and like we all share. But even the stupid ideas come up with something like really, really like helpful for the project. So looking back, the journey, it will get hectic leading up to the project as once it gets much closer. But overall, I really enjoy the process, and that's thanks to Nico and to Kelly for being such great heads as well, helping me throughout this whole thing, and just the internals team being so willing to just oh yeah, shout out to internals, man. They're so like hardworking. They made their
Grabe.
job
Honestly.
so much easier, you know. And the internal team, they were just so willing talaga to help. They wanted to make newbies speak a blast, and they were just so all in the project. So that was really beautiful thing to see. And yeah, overall, it wasn't. I wouldn't call the journey hectic, but it was more of fulfilling overall. So yeah.
Yeah, just to add on, I just want to say na this for me, there's no better feeling than seeing your project come to life. No, I mean, I'm
Yes.
sure everyone felt the same way then with each of the different internal AOs in our course. So yeah, it was just yeah, I really enjoyed.
I super agree. Parang iba talaga yung fulfillment like ng ACADS and like org work in general. And it's fun to see na all the teams, like different committees and teams, hard work come into like real life. And it's super nice seeing like coming together. So ayun, parang I feel like orgs really are important, especially in college life, no? Parang it should be all about academics then. So it's no secret then that sometimes org life and schoolworks can stress students out. Like honestly, personally, ako din nasa-stress din ako. But sometimes it's a good type of stress. But org life, like what Nico mentioned, it can also be a break from ACADS. So has being an org member helped make academic stress more manageable? If so, how?
Um, it's hard. Obviously, it's. I'm not gonna lie. It's not. It's not gonna be an easy thing. Because org work, especially this year, because it's the first time we applied a semestral setup in an online setting. So, um, profs and students haven't adjusted to it as much as we could have, because some still their pacing is still quarterly, which is really unhealthy for a semestral system that's like 4 or 5 months of school, and like just going like at a quarterly pace. It's really not healthy. So yeah, at first it was still really hard to balance, but once you get the feel of it, yeah, once I got used to the semestral system, like this is how it works, this is how my prof space, and then once I got a feel of Nico's work schedule, of Kelly's work schedule, and like the internal team's work ethic, I was able to, well, we were all able to adjust to each other's work schedule, and just finding that compromise. Like at this time, like let's say your work schedule, like at night, I'm gonna focus on work. I'm like discuss with Selenico what we have to do for the project, and then, well, me personally, I'm a night worker, so like I prefer to do academics after the org work. So just knowing when you work the best, and then adjusting to each other's work schedule and work ethic, because you have to think about other people's like pacing as well. Like they can't just adjust to you. So like know your work schedule, know other people's work schedule, and adjust based on that, and like find the best compromise for each other, and it's gonna work out well naman. So like I said, it wasn't hectic, and that's because I was able to balance it properly naman. And yeah, it's also good to have a good support system, like just people who you can talk to. Like si Nico, whenever I was stressed, I'll just message Nico. I'd be like, ano gagawin natin? Like, what the hell? What do we do here? Pero like, and then Nico would just be like, I got this. I'll message this guy. Don't worry. Grabe, like it's super good to have a support system. Like for me, I had Nico Kelly in the internals team to talk to if ever had any problems. So yeah, know your work schedule, know your workmates' work schedule, and yeah, have a good support system. And yeah,
Yeah,
your org
yeah,
in good balance now.
yeah. I super agree with that. Parang in our internals team, like pretty much the whole team, I think we're very supportive and understanding of one another. Then, like example, let's say I'm pretty stressed with school or I have a deadline coming up. Someone who will for sure just make salo and get things done for you. So it's yeah, as Pila mentioned, it's a very supportive environment. And yeah, personally, I don't find it too much of an added stress. If anything, I think it's I don't know. For me, I enjoy like a bit of extra responsibility, knowing that you're not doing this just for yourself. You're doing it for so many other people, and I think that in itself is enough for me to sort of be a stress reliever from school.
Yeah. Okay, so since like to take a break from like or the org talk, like since this is a Halloween special episode, let's have like a few questions that are in line with the spooky season. So I'm gonna ask para lang siyang fast talk, ganon. So if you could
Okay.
first question would be if you could dress up as a horror movie character, who would it be and why?
Wow. uh, do we just both answer the same time? Or-
Yeah, anyone can go first.
okay.
Go lang.
Chucky the doll. No reason for that. It's just that's scary lang. That scarred me as a kid actually.
Ako maybe si si Freddy. Freddy from Nightmare
From
on Elm
five.
Street.
Oh,
Yeah, from
okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I don't know, like his finger blades would be cool, I guess. Yeah, and his outfits, drip god. Freddy. Yeah, super. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Freddy.
Okay, so what scares you the most? Ghosts, aliens, or serial killers, and why?
Serial killers. Because I don't know. I don't know. Parang di nakaka-believe yung yung aliens and ghosts. So it doesn't scare me too much naman.
Yeah, serial killers. Kasi I don't want to die. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to die. And yeah, yun lang naman. Sila, tangible.
Mm-mm. Pag serial killers kasi parang hindi lang sila Halloween season. Parang it's like it's realistic. It's
Itong buhay.
Oh, diba? So okay, next question. Would you rather be a vampire, werewolf, or zombie?
Werewolf. I'd want to be a werewolf. They're pretty cool.
Honestly.
Vampire, you die on like you burn under light, right?
Oo.
Not like a thing. Werewolf
Hindi
na
siya
lang
pwede
din.
dito.
Oh, bawal dito. I'm a melt in the Philippines. So maybe werewolf na lang.
Okay, sige. Next question. Would you rather visit a haunted house or walk through a cemetery at night? And why?
Haunted house, because I don't know. I love watching ghosts, hunting shows like Ghost Adventures and a BuzzFeed Unsolved. I guess.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so I'd rather do haunted house and like find like well, cemetery sketchy eh. Kasi at least in a house you're enclosed area. And yeah, parang mas mahanap kang evidence dun.
That is
Yeah.
cemetery actually. I don't think I can last in like a haunted house. Really, I don't think I can.
At least a haunted house. Like I like watching yung mga haunted house episodes, like especially may mga camera. I think it's fun to watch those things. Or I'd rather go to a haunted house with other people, not just me. Kasi feeling ko ako, I'm a coward, so hindi ko kakayanin din mag-isa. Okay, so second to the last question. If we were not in a pandemic, what would your Halloween plans be? Trick-or-treating or going to horror houses, maybe?
Um, honestly, I'm not. I'm fine with ghosts, but I don't like jump scares kasi. So, so whenever I watch horror movies, it's not the ghost that I'm scared of. It's the freaking jump scares. So yeah, like the horror houses, they're filled with jump scares. So I'd rather go trick or treating. Because honestly, trick or treating is still fun, even if you're old na.
Oh.
So yeah, it's still pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah, same. I'd rather go trick or treating as well. Parang good vibes lang.
Nakikisama sa mga kids for the chocolates. Did you guys like do anything for Halloween? Siguro 2019 kasi 2019 was the pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah, dude. Just the regular stuff, just trick or treating, then going out possibly after. But that's it.
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we spent it with cats and we were just having fun. But yeah, we didn't. I don't think we dressed up or anything. But yeah.
Okay, so for the last last stuff for Halloween segment, I'm sure like a handful of our viewers are planning to spend a spooky weekend for Halloween, especially with their orgs. Then, so are there any horror movies that you could recommend to our audience today?
Insidious. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. Insidious. Still has one of the best jump scares of all time as well. I think you know what scene I'm talking about, the table scene. Or yeah, best jump scare of all time for me personally. And I guess the two chapters pretty good. So yeah, Pennywise. Yeah.
One, I don't really watch much horror movies. Like what I'm about to say, I don't know if you'd consider it horror, pero I'd say Get Out. I don't know if it is, but
Thriller. More of thriller.
I guess sort of thriller, yeah. Yeah, more thriller siguro. But yeah, that's probably like the level of scariness I'd go. It's probably the highest na. But yeah, it's a nice movie. It's very entertaining then. So yeah, give it a try.
Ako din dito na ako masyado nanonood ng horror movies. But I think nice horror movies to go back to Halloween would be like the OG animated movies like Coraline, mga ganon. I feel like those are really... I feel like, nung bata ko, super takot ako with Coraline. But now I think I really appreciate more. So yeah, to conclude yung episode natin today, we'd have like another fast talk point 2. So this is like,
yes, yes.
Okay.
naging boy abunda na, sorry. Okay. So first question. Quarterly or semestral schedule?
Semestral.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Scariest horror movie you ever watched?
Insidious.
Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
You
Eto.
don't find that scary siguro. Anyway.
Okay. Watch the saddest or most tear-jerking movie ever or scariest movie ever?
Charlize?
About Time.
It's about time. Honestly.
We watch About Time.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's good.
Yeah, it is.
So good. So good.
Okay. Your favorite thing about Newbie Week?
About Newbies Week?
Yeah.
Seeing the newbies enjoy.
Yes,
How about-
seeing them interact with other people and not just other newbies.
Okay. So for the last of our fast talk, describe your org experience in CAD so far in one word.
Lovely.
Cool. Amazing. Wonderful.
Nice.
Dami
Hindi na yun
words.
one word.
3 words.
Oh, yeah.
Sige, patin kita. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Okay, yan. So before we end, do you guys have any words of wisdom to the CADs newbies or to the new members of the org community and Ateneo in general? Maybe you'd like to invite everyone who's watching to any upcoming CAD events. So yeah, please share them with our lovely viewers.
Oh yeah, we have Behind the Movement. I think that's coming up this Saturday. So I would summarize it, but I don't have the right words to do so. But yeah, it's basically about more of the production side of dance production, and then we have a number of talks. I think 3 speakers exactly. So yeah, this is coming up this Saturday at 8 p.m. So the link to registration is on the CADs website. CADs Facebook page, And if you want, go ahead. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, aside from behind the movement, I just wanted to tell all the newbies and all the freshmen in Ateneo, really, I don't know, ano sabi, si Miles Morales, a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith. Yun, like, you guys should really just make the most out of your stay. I know it's online right now, but you guys have 3 more years. It's really not, it might be scary to really put yourself out there, especially in an online setting. Pero, you know, like what I said a while ago, like, it's nice to gauge where you belong, where you feel the most belongingness, and just trying out different stuff in college. Because, yeah, I'm a senior, and it's unfortunate na 2 of my years, almost, yeah, actually, halos 2 of my years na have been spent online. And I still would say that I'm happy. I'm happy to make the most out of as much as what was given to me, and I just wish the same for all the freshmen out there. Like, you guys should really make the most out of your college life. Kasi ang bilis lang yan. I still see myself as a freshie.
College is
Like,
short.
it's so fast, yeah. So just make the most out of your time in college. Enjoy, hang out with the right people, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Nice. Okay, so to wrap up, this has been our 8th episode for this year's Kwentuhang MVP. Thank you so much for our guests for talking to us about CADs and the recent newbie week. Really appreciate it, and I feel like a lot of orgs can take note of what you guys just shared with us. And of course, a super big thank you for everyone who tuned in today's episode. We hope to see you again next week for another round of meaningful conversations. Again, this has been Chachi, and this has been Kwentuhang MVP. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Radyo-Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo-Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo-Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Jescom Music Ministry. Music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Kaibigan, alam mo na ba kung ano ang mga karaniwang sintomas ng COVID-19? Ito ay ang mga